everybody. It's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to another edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. The way things have been going for the Philadelphia Flyers in this decade inspired me to do this episode. And I'm going to talk about the top 10 things that I don't like about this decade of Flyers hockey. And this is going to be a discussion video. I'm not really going to have, it is a countdown, but it's not going to be a countdown format. I'm going to be discussing the top 10 things that I hate about 2020's Flyers hockey. Starting off the countdown. At number 10, the Eric Clapton song, Layla, that gets played after every time the Flyers lose a game. You know, I like Eric Clapton, but the fact that hearing the song Layla after every loss, it really makes you not like Eric Clapton, that Eric Clapton song. It's a great song, but when you hear it at the game, every time they lose a game, that does something to your psyche. Whenever you hear that song, you always associate a loss for the Flyers. And that's why I hate that song, because I always associate it with the Flyers losing a hockey game. So at number 10, Layla being played after Flyers losses. Number 9. Number 9. Music that plays after the Flyers get scored on. You know how patronizing it is to hear the Taylor Swift song? Shake It Off every time the Flyers get scored on. You know how patronizing it is to hear the Weezer song, Say It Ain't So, every damn time the Flyers get scored on? You know what I liked? If the other team scored on the Flyers, there was silence. Because silence really describes how the fans are feeling when the Flyers get scored on. Enough with goals, enough with music getting played after the away team scores a goal. Enough with that. Can we get rid of that? Okay, now, at number 8, 10 commercials before the game starts. You know what I don't like? Whenever they show a hockey game on NBC Sports Philadelphia, they always have to have at least 10 commercials. And here's what I've been noticing. They go to a commercial right after they do the introduction, and they talk about the upcoming game. And then they come back to tell us about the story, goaltenders, and then they go to a commercial again. Here's the problem with this. I remember when during every Flyers game, they would announce the starting goaltenders right when the face-off was going on. They would tell us who the goalies are, and they drop the puck. Why can't they do that anymore? Why can't they just tell us who the goalies are without going to a commercial and just drop the puck? Another thing I don't like is now they interview a certain player, then they go to a commercial, then they go to the intermission report, then they come back again to talk some more about the intermission. Why can't they just do an intermission report where they just talk about everything that happens without going to a commercial? Why can't they do that? Number seven. Number seven. Number seven. The goal horn is not long enough. I've noticed in Flyers games, the goal horn will go off. It'll go, and then it'll be it. Back in what I did with other games, the goal horn was longer. The goal horn would go off, it would go, and it would last like for 20 seconds. Nowadays, you don't even get that. It goes off and the goal song goes on. Why can't we have a longer sounding goal horn? At number six. At number six, Hattrick Watch. Now, me and Flyers Alley podcast can agree that the Hattrick Watch is annoying. It's one of the stupidest things they've ever invented. Hattrick Watch. Listen, do we really need to say Hattrick Watch? I'm sure most of us can see when a player scores 2 goals and has another goal coming soon. We can all see that. What is with the Hattrick Watch? What is with the Hattrick Watch? It's ridiculous. So number 6, the Hattrick Watch. Now we get into our number 5 pick on the countdown. Announcers are home announcers that get excited when the away team scores. That is very patronizing and very annoying. I can't stand that. I remember when I used to watch a hockey game. Whenever the Flyers scored, they're like, score! When the other team scored, they go, he shoots, he scores. They do that. So that's what you have to do. When the Flyers score, go, score! And when the away team scores, go, and he shoots, and he scores, like that. Do that. Don't get excited when the other team scores. That's very patronizing. Very patronizing. I don't like it. At number 4, let's get into number 4. At number 4, I'm going to get into it right now. At number 4, trying to think of a good number 4 here. At number 4, the lack of an alternate jersey, or not enough usage of an alternate third jersey. Last year we had the black Philadelphia Flyers jerseys. In 2022, we had the white reverse retro jerseys. In 2021, we had the orange reverse retro jerseys. And in 2024, we have the Stadium Series jerseys. Now, after 2 seasons, we still do not have an alternate third jersey for this Flyers team. It's about time that the Flyers come up with an alternate reverse retro Flyers black jersey. That's what I think they should do. At number 3, let's get into number 3. At number 3. Okay. At number 3. Oh, here we go. Number 3. I'm going to say it right now. At number 3, should I come up with here? At number 3, how come whenever I listen to the Flyers on the radio, the volume fluctuates from up or down, and how come I have to turn my radio all the way up just to hear the announcers? It's ridiculous. Have a sustained volume level. Okay? Have a sustained volume level. You're either too loud or too low. Make up your mind. I'm trying to hear the game. At number 2. Please stop airing the Flyers commercial where they keep saying, oh, this team's rebuilding. But they're rebuilding. But they want to do well. But they want to be successful right now. Stop airing that commercial. That commercial is not a good commercial. You know what that commercial is? That commercial, here's what that commercial has in common with. The awkward letter from Dan Helferty, the season ticket holders, and that commercial where they said we're rebuilding, but we want to be good right now. Those two things have a lot in common. Bad timing. So please, stop airing that commercial. At least for now. If you guys somehow get into the playoffs, which is a big if, then maybe you can air it. It's fine, but please, don't air it right now. Because it's not a good time to air it. That was a very inopportune moment to air a commercial like that. It was great that you aired it in the first half of the season when things were going well, but enough is enough. That commercial, it's like dangling a carrot in front of Flyers fans. That's what it feels like. And at number 1, one of the biggest things I couldn't stand about 2020, for the Flyers hockey in the 2020s, was the pandemic and the hockey bubble. That's right, folks. It's one of the biggest things I could not stand about 2020's Flyers hockey. And that was when the entire season got put on hold because of the pandemic. And teams out west and teams in the east would have to play in Edmonton and Toronto in what we called the hockey bubble. And I'm going to add a bonus item to this as well, so this will be a part of it. Because this is a part of it. Hockey in the hockey bubble with no fans in the crowd. Pumped up crowd noise and pumped up music. I hated it. And then, after that, we have what we called the taxi squad. A phrase that Flyers fans hated. And that is what I hated. Those are the top 10 things I can't, those are the top 10 things I could not stand in 2020's Flyers hockey. And that's all I gotta say about that. Those are all the things I cannot stand about the Flyers hockey in the 2020s. Guys, thank you for joining me here on the Flyersguys top 10. I am really glad that I could do this episode, because I had a lot of things that I did not like about 2020's Flyers hockey. This decade really sucks, and that's all I gotta say about it. Guys, I'll see you next time. Don't know what I'm going to do for my next episode, but I'm really glad that I got to do this episode. It feels great. Same how I feel. Guys, I'll see you next time. Have a great week, everyone.